Hi everyone, I hope everyone's keeping well. Right, here is the latest in my, what you might call lockdown purchases. 2020 has been a weird year, but I've upgraded everything. I've taken this opportunity to pause, upgrade everything. And here comes my latest acquisition, which is an iPad Air 4. Couldn't resist this because the specs when it came out, I couldn't really believe it. It's such a big boost. The new design, with the square look and the square edges and the smaller bevels all the way around. Now, normally, I would say never buy anything first generation Apple. And this is a redesign of the iPad Air, and it is the first generation of the iPad Air. But in fact, a lot of the tech in this has already been trialled and has been out in the iPad Pro. And in fact, there's not a lot of difference between this and an iPad Pro, unless you particularly want, LiDAR detectors and what have you. And in fact, it's got a faster chip in it than the current iPad Pro. So it seemed a sensible upgrade to make. My old iPad is about 3 years old. Usually I replace Apple kit every 3 or so years. That seems to be about the sweet spot between what it's worth second hand and the price of new kit. So usually after 3 years I'm looking. It's a totally different form of ownership from PCs because, for instance, I've got a 5-year-old iMac that's still worth good money second hand on eBay. And now if that had been, I don't know, a Dell or something, it would be worth only a fraction of that. It's worth a fraction of that when you walk out the shop. It's like buying a new car, and I'm perfectly happy to let other people take the £5,000 ride from the dealers to their home that it costs them when they buy a new car. Apple stuff's slightly different, and it's a slightly different model of ownership from PC stuff. So without further ado, let's open up. I've got some accessories here I want to try out on the iPad Air. So let's open it up and take a look. First thing to note is there's a bit of a dent on the side there, which is a bit annoying because I keep all the package. It increases their value second hand. And we have a tab here which we can pull. And here we go. So what's in the box? First of all, there's another little tab here. There's the iPad itself, of course. Nice and light, nice and thin. Love it. Designed by Apple in California. And I think I'm right in saying that there's stickers in here. I don't know why, because no one ever used them. If you put the stickers on anything, you're inviting theft, really. Yeah, it makes it. I can see the stickers in there, which is nice. And we get a charger, which I presume is a two-piece. Yeah, it's a two-piece. USB-C, both ends. Good one, Apple. Oh, I see. Yeah, UK spec. And all the travelling I'm likely to do. God, that's neat. All the travelling I'm likely to do, that's exactly the same as Hong Kong, because Hong Kong uses UK spec stuff, of course. Okay, that's the box and the unboxing. Now, let's take a look at the iPad itself. I'll just move this over here. And again, typical Apple fashion, we got a nice little tab here. Just unwraps in the standard way. I'll keep all that for the resale. And here we go. How do we turn it on? Up here, I presume. Yep, there we go. Just wait for it to turn on for the first time. I'll just move some of this stuff away. Well, hello. Okay, I'm going to go through the standard Apple startup first time. Quick start, bring your current iPhone in line with this iPad, sign in and set up. Okay, well I've got my old iPad here. And on my old iPad it says, set up new iPad, this will transfer your current settings. So unlock to continue. Oops. Okay, just fed in the password there. Connecting. Hold your new iPad up to the camera. Position the image in the frame of your other iPad. Position this image in the frame of your other iPad. Hold your new iPad up. Does it mean you have to flip it? Right, I think we'll go, oof, that's not working. So, enter authentication code, which I'm just going to do. Okay. iPad not set up. It says hold them close together. They can't be closer than that, really. Right, I've got to feed in my password again. Hang on. It may take a few minutes to activate your iPad. So we'll stop this video here and wait until it's set up. Well, that didn't take long. So use your fingerprint and paste your password. Right, continue setting up Touch ID here. I suffered a bit of an accident with this finger, so it might take a bit of time. Cover the top button completely with your finger. Keep going. Your finger can now be used with Touch ID. I think I'll set up Touch ID later. Transfer data from iPad. If you're moving from iPad, you can transfer all its data and settings directly. Keep your iPad nearby and connected to power until the transfer is complete. Right. I'm now going to have to move to connect it to power. I don't really see why that should be unnecessary, I must admit. But okay, I'm having to hold it manually for this bit, so sorry if it's going to be a bit rocky. Terms and conditions. Well, you've got to agree, you don't really have much choice here. I'm going to enable location services and I don't use Siri, don't share, download and install. Right, it's doing the update to 14.1. That's rather a tedious process, so we'll stop this video here. Right, sorry for the reflections. It's downloaded and now is installing 14.1. And I'll just say while I'm waiting for this to happen, is that I did in fact order this off Apple as soon as they were available. I was checking every day to see when they were becoming available, and as soon as they were available I ordered it from Apple, and I booked this one in for a trade-in, and they offered me a certain amount of money for it. And I thought, great, that saves me the hassle of, advertising it on Facebook or, worst of all, eBay. So I went for that. I traded this one in, and Apple knew all about it. It automatically lifted the serial number, identified it fine. But I then waited 10 days, and it didn't get beyond processing order, which I presume is because of the trade-in. So I got fed up with that. I had a look at Amazon, and they had them available. I'd already ordered, this one's sky blue, which I haven't shown you yet, have I? It's sky blue, it looks awfully grey, to be quite honest. And I'd already ordered a blue cover for it. But by the time I came to order it, I quite fancied a green one, but unfortunately Amazon didn't have them in stock, so I went with a blue to match the cover, and we're having a look at the cover I ordered later, which I'm not sure is what I'm looking for, to be honest, but I got it anyway to have it ready. So there we go, that was the tale of my ordering it. I think if you order a trade-in, it takes a lot longer, it seems to me, because as I say, after 10 days, it hadn't gone past the first stage, which is processing the order. The next one's preparing to ship or something, and it never got to that stage, and I just got fed up with it. Anyway, I'll come back when we've finished the update. This was actually, it downloaded and verified the update a lot quicker than it did on that one. So it's a lot quicker machine already. Right, I'll see you in a minute. Right, update installed, and it now says preparing to transfer. So there will now be another wait until that process is finished. Then we'll have a look at the new iPad with the accessories I've ordered. Transferring data from iPad. This one's upside down, which probably doesn't help matters. Don't be difficult. Transferring data to iPad, transferring data from iPad. Time remaining about, the time's going up, 4 minutes. Yeah. I'll see. It's saying, keep your other iPad nearby and connected to power until the transfer is complete. So maybe I connected the wrong one to power, that's the old one. But it still seems to be working fine. So. And here's the notice you get when the transfer is complete. Before you trade in, give away or sell this iPad, you should completely erase it by going to settings and choosing erase all content. and settings, which indeed I will be doing, because this one will be for sale. It's a 5th gen iPad, which I'll be advertising shortly, probably tomorrow. Right, that's it. Transfer is complete. The whole process must have taken about 10 minutes flat, to be quite honest. So I'm just going to feed in the number. Restore completed. Apps and data will continue downloading in the background. Get started. Enter the password in settings. Right, I'm just going to do that. Okay. On the other iPad, right. Okay, that was a bit of a... You won't have seen much in that bit. I might have to... Right, now I've shown the number. Right, finish setting up. I got to sign in again. Enter iPad color. Continue. And we seem to have hit... Oh right, it wanted me to authorise it on another one again. It's not working out too well using this iPhone's... Okay, finish setting up. Well, I'm just going through these. And here we go. Right, Bluetooth on. Right, that's it. That's the setup process. I dare say there's a load of apps. The apps are still loading in the background, as you can see. Downloading in the background, so it will be some time. But we can try out a few accessories while that's happening. So I'll just put this one away. And I keep on getting messages that block out this video. But right, okay, let's try the AirPods, see what happens when I open up the AirPods. Yeah, come up straight away, Simon's AirPods. That's great, that's worked fine, it's found them and connected them absolutely fine. So we'll put them away. And the next thing I've got here is a case for it, unopened. And this is a Moko. Right, and we'll open this up. And in here we have one of those things. Thank you, note. Get rid of this. And checking carefully where the... Oh, that's interesting. Look, they got a big hole for the camera. And on the back here, we only have this. Still. Okay, fits in nicely. Will let me use Touch ID. No, I got to set Touch ID up again. Don't get your finger caught in a rotary saw, is all I can say, because that's what happened to mine. Okay, that's the AirPods and the case. And now the next thing I've got is this, which is a Logitech Crayon. Now it's about half the price of an Apple Pencil, and it's not as precise as the Apple Pencil, but it's half the price. And what I want to do with this iPad is load on Affinity Photo, because one of the good things that happened this year is that I got Adobe out of my life for good and switched over to the Affinity Serif line of products, which has an Illustrator, a Photoshop and an InDesign equivalent, all of which are just as good as the Adobe products, and all of which you pay a one-time fee for rather than the subscription service, which I wasn't prepared to do, to be quite honest. So let's just open this up. I'm not even sure how this connects, to be honest. I haven't opened this up before. And there we have the pencil, and in here, in this box, we just seem to have paperwork. Right, and I'm just going to have to stop here and just check out how to get this pencil going, because I don't know. Right, I'm presuming it's got some charge in it, this pencil, so that's the power button. Doesn't look like it's charged up. Right, I'm going to have to charge it up. Sorry about that. Right, in this pencil, the charging port is at the top there, and you get this little rubber cover. So I'm just going to charge it up. I'll be back. Right, I'm charging up the Logitech pencil, and as you can see, if it's going to focus, you get a rather nice blinking green LED to show that it's charging. And the setup is actually remarkably easy. It just says turn it on and scribble away, so shouldn't be too difficult when it's charged. Right, it took a bit of time to charge up the pencil. It was dead, basically. But in the meantime, I've downloaded Affinity Photo for iPad. It works very differently from the desktop version, but it's $19.99, a one-off fee, and it's hugely powerful. So just to show you it all works, right, it's absolutely fine. What I'm interested in is trying to do some watercolours with Affinity Photo and drawing. You can, affect the width of the stroke and the type of brush you're using. And it's incredibly powerful. One of the best things I like about it, actually, is, and this is the same as the desktop version, is it links up to Unsplash. So if I've filled in a query here, house, you immediately get all these free photos you can use, and you can simply just drag them on. I haven't worked out how to decrease the size of the photo so it fits fits the canvas yet, but you know, I bought this 5 minutes ago while the pencil was charging, and as I say, it works absolutely fine. I'm gonna have to spend some time. There's loads and loads of YouTube vids on how to use both the desktop and the iPad versions of Affinity Photo, and as I say, you know, a one-time fee of $19.99. So that's it. Now let's have a look at how the speed compares between this and my old iPad 5th gen. While we're on the subject of the pen, it doesn't do something that the Apple Pencil does, which is down here you've got a charging port for the Apple Pencil, and the Logitech doesn't use that. It's got a lightning connector here, so you have to charge it via lightning rather than just sticking it on the edge here, but you know, it's half the price. Okay. I forgot to say, another reason I wanted this iPad is because you get Sidecar. So I've turned Sidecar on, and as you can see, my desktop is reflected on the iPad, which is brilliant. So, you know, just one of the features that comes built in when you buy Apple stuff. Right, yeah. Let's do a bit of a speed test. I quit out of all other programs. We're going to start Chrome, both of them. iPad Air 4 on the left, iPad 5th gen on the right. So I'll tap them simultaneously. And there you go, that's the difference in speed. While we're here, have a look at the bezels. See how much more screen you get. Can you see that big thick bezel on the bottom of the iPad Air here? The iPad 5th gen here. A bit cramped for space here. There's more of a bezel at the top of the iPad. Actually no, if you look at, how can I do this? Yeah, bigger bezels all around on the 5th gen. More screen estate on the iPad 4. So iPad Air 4. And as I just demonstrated, a lot quicker. Width wise, we put them together. Sorry, I'm knocking this frame quite a lot. There you go. There's the comparative width. The iPad Air 4 is bigger physically. And I think that's all I've got to show you for the time being. I was using, while I was waiting for the pencil to charge, I was using the iPad Air 4, and it was a delight. Not that there's anything wrong with the iPad 5th gen. It's still plenty quick enough. Let's do something like load Facebook up. See, still perfectly usable. This will be for sale in the next 24 hours. I'll put it on Facebook, maybe a local Facebook group first, then Facebook Marketplace. Hopefully it'll go to someone local so I can demonstrate it, that it's all working and everything. And I've got the box and everything for it. So that's it. That's my latest lockdown purchase, and in fact this year has allowed me to well, lockdown was really good because I was able to rethink just so many things, you know, down to eating less meat, hardly using the car. Since the beginning of lockdown in March, I've used my car once to drive to Breeden and back, which is what, 8 months time, which has saved a fortune on petrol, of course. And yeah, just generally very happy with the Air. It's a delight to use. All the settings transferred over fine. It automatically logged into Wi-Fi, you know, it recognised my AirPods, the whole works. loaded all my apps absolutely perfectly fine. If you see, I haven't messed with this. As you see, it's a replica really. Oh, hello. Have we got Gloucestershire Live on this? It hasn't carried over Gloucestershire Live. Well, that's no. To be honest, I'm not sure I'm going to bother. But yeah, you see, right, scrolling. See, the iPad 5th Gen is still pretty good, and what can I say? I just got bigger real estate, future-proof with the Air 4. Get rid of that. Well, it's still worth serious money. Okay, that's it. That's my experience with buying and setting up the iPad Air 4. Couldn't be happier. This one, incidentally, cost about 350 quid new 3 years ago. This one was 579, so it's more expensive. But I expect I'll get somewhere in the region of sort of 180 quid for the 5th gen. If you look at eBay sold prices, or 150, 180, that sort of range. So that makes that come down to just over 400 quid. And this one was 350 originally. So there we go. What can I say? Thanks very much indeed for watching. Stay safe, everyone. Bloody virus is on the loose again. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.